Yes. First of all, I want to thank everybody from our team, Cohere team, for creating this opportunity for us to connect with amazing researchers around the globe and experiment with this a bunch of crazy ideas. Um, and also like the crew team and extended team, crew team that they helped us with to get here in the past 6, 7 weeks. So if please next, I will get started with the idea. So idea of the project, in my daily job, I work with large digital enterprises, and what I see, observe is that they're mostly distributed, and one of the main bottlenecks for them is communication. They are distributed across the globe. They interact, and most of them they don't have English language as their first language, basically, and they have to use apps, machine translation apps, etc. And enterprise companies consider a lot of training, investing a lot of money on training these teams, or paying for machine translation systems, apps that are like inefficient, and there are a lot of problems with these systems, which are general systems, but they're not adapted to certain domains, for example. And so idea of this project was to like experiment with Aya, see if we can deploy Aya in larger scale, and enable organizations to use Aya as a backbone for translation. So a multilingual, multi-agent system that allows communication for the users. Next slide, please. So as you know, enterprise data has always been sensitive to companies. So this kind of data set is not existing out there. So what we thought was to come up with synthetic data and synthetic dialogue data, which are multilingual. So we tried to, in this course of this project, to create and generate this kind of data set. It's not available yet, but we plan to publish it and benchmark several models against this data set. We try to model different sources of misinterpretations in this generated data and evaluate different models against it, including Aya, and understand like where Aya's position is, given the fine-tuning or RAG support. Several misinterpretations are multiple layers of communication in enterprise, lack of standardization, low resource languages, and generally lost in translation is one of major effects in this in these systems, basically, that we try to model in this data set. Next part of the conversation is about like deploying Aya in the multi-agent system that Roshan will present. Thank you.
Yeah, for the next presentation is basically just the chat application that we have developed, and yeah, you can just go through the video presentation on that. Language continues to be a significant barrier for large enterprises, especially with teams that are spread across different geographies. For this project, I have developed a multilingual chat application to address these barriers along with other workplace inefficiencies. The application utilizes a LLM-powered multi-agent framework which is built upon LangGraph and is powered by various LLM options, including Aya. Multilingual translation is the key feature of the app, and its primary characteristic is that it's context aware, which means that the translation of a message is done while using the previous messages as context. In this example, we can see three users having a conversation in English, French, and Spanish simultaneously. Another key feature is Aya, a multilingual workplace AI assistant to improve efficiency. One of the ways Aya does that is by answering user questions through a RAG-based system that is connected to the company's knowledge base. In this example, I have fed Aya Expeditions meeting slides from last week to the system, and I'm asking Aya the names of the judges for this event. If you're an expert on a particular topic, quite frequently people will reach out to you directly with their questions and doubts. Answering these same questions again and again can be very inefficient and time consuming. With the documentation on the go feature, you can now save your chat messages directly to the company knowledge base. So the next time somebody has a similar question, Aya can answer it for you instead. In this example, we can see how Aya is able to answer a question that it previously didn't know the answer to. Smart Summarize is a feature that allows you to quickly catch up on a chat thread by summarizing the messages. It also implements task identification, which specifically retrieves any action items that were mentioned in the chat. In this example, between two users discussing the closing ceremony, Aya provides a summary of the discussion along with the action item assigned to one of the users. For the future, we do have certain ideas in mind. On the research side, we plan to fine tune a small language model to act as the orchestration model for the system. This would allow it to be run locally and potentially improve on latency. And to support this, we also plan to develop a dataset with orchestration like instructions. On the product end, we plan to include new integrations covering various work based tools, as well as continue working on improving the Simplify feature that we have.